Let's do it. Hi, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of notable people in South Carolina. My guest today is Jeff Brown, a retired Command Sergeant Major in the Army and president of Vets Helping Vets Greenville, a 501c3 nonprofit in Greenville County, whose mission is to serve, support, and solve the issues that our underserved veterans and families of veterans encounter. Thanks for being here, Jeff.
Thank you, Bob.
If you would, please begin by telling us something about your military career.
Okay, well, Bob, I served for 30 years in the military in the U.S. Army from 1981 to 2011. During my time over the course of 30 years, I was an infantryman for my entire career, a paratrooper with the 82nd Airborne Division for most of that time. I served as a drill sergeant at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and a basic airborne instructor at Fort Benning, Georgia. I served in West Berlin in the 1980s, and I also served in Panmunjom, Korea in the late 80s and early 90s, and then a second tour in Korea later on. I've had 4 combat tours. First of all was in Operation Desert Storm, and then 2 tours in Iraq and 1 tour in Afghanistan. I retired at Fort Benning, Georgia at the rank of Command Sergeant Major. I was a Battalion Command Sergeant Major for a basic training battalion there, where we had 8 training companies, which amounted to about 80 drill sergeants and on average about 1,700 troops being trained at any given time.
So you really didn't do very much?
No, I was pretty bad.
Well, God bless you for that service. Jeff, tell us, what type of services are offered by Vets Helping Vets?
Well, we take care of a lot of different things that the VA doesn't necessarily have the capability of doing. A veteran sometimes will serve for a short amount of time, and therefore they don't qualify for a lot of different things that the VA may offer to somebody like myself who served for an entire career and retired. We will provide construction missions where we have a team that will go out and build wheelchair ramps for veterans that need a wheelchair ramp. We will provide rides. We use Uber and another company called Oseric Recruiting to provide rides for veterans that need to get to their VA medical appointments, which is very key because if a veteran misses a VA appointment, that's a pretty serious deal that can cause them to get backlogged into the system for a good 6 months and sometimes as much as a year. So we get them out there to that. We provide financial assistance when a veteran or the veteran family is also what we take care of as well. They fall behind on rent, they need auto repairs, they need to stay in a hotel because they're homeless at the time. Different things like that. Yard maintenance. We've had veterans come to us because they've aged out and they're not really able to take care of their property any longer, and they've been cited by the county for having overgrown yards. So we'll get the call, we'll go out there and we'll take care of the yard and get the county assessor to remove the fines and everything else and take care of that as well.
And much of this is on the written portion that goes with this article. Do you have an office in Greenville?
We don't have an office per se. We do meet every week at the Elks Lodge at 7700 Pelham Road on Thursday mornings. And then once a month, the second week of the month, we hold a night meeting for those younger members who are still in the workforce and can't make it to a morning meeting at 10 a.m.
You do have a post office box address, though.
Yes, we do.
And I'll put that here as it's box 4161, Greenville, South Carolina, 29609. Shall I give the phone number as well?
Yes, please.
Yeah, the phone number is 864-402-9425. Let me now ask you, when was it founded?
The organization was born out of the Vets Helping Vets Anderson group. We had 4 veterans in the Greenville area. A couple of them had been to the Anderson meetings and thought to themselves, why can't we do this here? So these 4 veterans decided to form Vets Helping Vets Greenville 2.5 years ago, February of 2022 as a matter of fact. And so we'll be celebrating our 3rd anniversary coming up this February.
And when and where are meetings held?
Every Thursday at 10 a.m. at the Elks Lodge at 7700 Pelham Road. And then again, the second Thursday of the month, we hold a night meeting. It's at 6:30 p.m. and we follow that up with a potluck dinner.
Excellent. And I was going to ask you that next. How is Vets Helping Vets funded?
All by donations. We've had a few grants. We qualified last year for the Jolly Grant. which they gave us $5,000, which we've used entirely for our ride program. And I think at this point this year, we've used $4,000 of that, providing over 180 different rides for veterans to and from their medical appointments.
And does anyone in the organization take a salary?
No, no one in our organization is paid.
But you have several people are working in the organization and probably putting in a lot of time, I assume.
Yes, all volunteer work. I am fully retired myself, but I'm working harder now than I ever worked in my working life. We have a 5-member board. Two of those members are still working in the workforce, so they have full-time jobs and they take on the duties of secretary and treasurer. And then my vice president and my adjutant, they're both retired as well. So we're full-time working on the program itself.
So the overwhelming amount of money goes into the organization, goes back to
Yes, sir. I
the
can
people.
honestly say that at least 90 cents of every dollar goes into the projects that we perform. And at this point in time, since January 1st to this date, we've spent just over $47,000 on various projects and rides.
Yeah. Now you mentioned that you hold fundraisers. When and where are they held?
Well, we have one coming up on the 26th of October at Malden High School. It is a fundraiser being run by Maria Godfrey of First Step Realty, and it's called Badge versus Badge. The Malden Police Department and the Malden Fire Department are going to compete in 5 different events, head on head, and the proceeds from the vendors that are signing up to be present and everything, all proceeds will go to our organization. So that'll be 26 October at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Malden High School.
Okay, that's great. Now, how does a veteran become part of the organization?
Oh, it's easy. There's no membership dues, there's no fees whatsoever. You come to our meetings. It requires 2 meetings to be present at 2 meetings, and then you're a full-fledged member. And you get all the benefits of being a member, which includes an email, and then the ability to share our time and get together once a week.
And what is Upstate Warrior Solution?
Upstate Warrior Solution is an organization that was started by a retired Lieutenant Colonel, Charlie Hall. And he has formed an alliance of different veteran support organizations here in Greenville County, and they've spread out to separate counties around the upstate area. And they are a go-to organization for our veterans. So when a veteran or a veteran member, a family member comes to us, first thing we send them to is to Upstate Warriors. And the primary purpose of that is so they can be properly vetted to ensure they are in fact a veteran or the member of a veteran's family. And they serve a very large part for us.
All right, let me also mention that your webpage is www.vhvsc.org, and that's on the written portion as well. And you have a Facebook page. It's called Vets Helping Vets Greenville, South Carolina. Jeff, we're coming to a close here. Is there anything you'd like to add before we close?
Yes, I would like to add that, of course, we take care of the underserved veterans in the Greenville County, but one key portion of the population that we do look after now are also our widows. Military widows are a very overlooked group of people, because when the husband has passed away, typically the spouses, especially the Vietnam era and moving backwards, not a lot of them have college educations, or really they primarily worked in the home, so they're reduced down to possibly no more income than their Social Security. And so we look after our widows as well. And I will tell our veterans, when we build a ramp or we do anything for the veteran, I will look them in the eye and I'll tell them that this isn't really for you. This is for your family members who have to struggle to get you in and out of the house. And sometimes that may be a wife who's in her 70s or 80s trying to get this gentleman in and out of their house without the proper things. So yes, we look after family members as well.
Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for coming over for this interview, and and I have many family members who are in the military, career military people, and we really value your service. So I want to again thank you, Jeff, for being here and for all that you do for them.
I appreciate your time.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.